Than 10 months since Stephon Clark was shot and killed by Sacramento police officers in his grandmother's backyard. Well, now his family is filing a federal civil rights lawsuit, and that lawsuit accuses the two officers that opened fire on Clark of racially profiling and using excessive force. The city of Sacramento is also named in the lawsuit. Clark was not armed at the time of his death. Fox 40's Doug Johnson joining us now live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Sacramento with more on this lawsuit and what may come next. Doug.
And Nikki, this is not unexpected, but certainly the timing here is somewhat surprising. Many people had thought that the family would wait until after the DA came out with whether or not those two officers would be criminally charged. And the fact that they have now filed before that announcement, it might signal that they do not believe those officers will be charged. Filed on behalf of Stephon Clark's two sons, his parents, and grandparents, the federal lawsuit seeks at least $20 million from the city of Sacramento, as well as the two officers who pulled the trigger, ultimately taking Clark's life.
Our reality is you lose a loved one and then you go sue and then the city pays you out. That kind of seems to be the norm nationwide.
Civil rights activist Barry Axius is not surprised Clark's family and their attorney filed now. Clark's family has retained civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, who's best known for representing the families of Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin. His lawsuit alleges officers Terrence Markadal and Jared Robinette had no reason to use deadly force and that neither issued any verbal warnings to Clark that lethal force would be used. Axius fears the lawsuit won't change enough.
If we don't see, okay, at least they got fired, at least something like that happened, how do we trust in this thing that they say, we're going to be more accountable, we're going to give you transparency? We don't see all that type of stuff because things like that don't happen here.
The city is also named in the lawsuit, charged with failing to properly train officers to use deadly force.
Training is out. I mean, we continuously have these training mechanisms and they never work. More dead black bodies.
Many had thought Crump would wait to file until after District Attorney Anne-Marie Schubert released a report announcing whether the officers should face criminal charges. But Axius suspects Crump and the Clark family knows that won't likely happen.
I have no faith that there would be a decision that's going to look a little bit like justice because it's been too long. And on top of that, when she had her first press conference, she basically laid it out how she wouldn't be able to charge the officers because in reality, they really didn't do anything wrong in their bylaws. Because a lot of this story, as folks don't understand, the Police Bill of Rights protect these officers.
Now, we did reach out to Stephon Clark's family as well as their attorney, Benjamin Crump. Both declined interviews for today. We also reached out to the city, the police department, and the police union, and still have not heard back from our request. Reporting live in downtown Sacramento tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you. And one more note on the story. The Sacramento District Attorney's Office is still investigating the death of Stephon Clark. In a statement to Fox 40, the office says that investigation is ongoing and they will, quote, take whatever time is needed to ensure fair, thorough, and accurate review. And for a complete coverage